respectful way is that they can call him. He probably wouldn't like this, but not that I know him, but like uncle, right? I think aunt or uncle is also a respectful
I don't like that.
term.
No, I don't like that
Especially
either.
if it's
That's
not
just
especially if
confusing.
it's not your aunt or your uncle.
No, that's just
But it's
weird
either
too.
that
Yeah,
or
that's
Jim.
weird.
Jim, you want them calling him Jim? That's rude.
No, but uncle is dating my mom.
Yeah.
That's weird. No,
Yeah.
is married to my mom.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
gonna,
Wait,
like-
wait, wait.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Juice and Jury podcast. I'm Maureen, and I'm here with my ladies, Sean and Christiana.
Hi, everyone. This is like our second or third episode?
Second. No.
Number 2.
Third.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
it's the third one.
Yes. No, I knew that. Third episode. You are right. Thanks for saying that. So how's your week, first of all, guys?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Well,
I had a couple of days
up
off.
and down.
Yep.
You had a couple of days off. What did you do?
No, yeah. Well, it felt like a busy day. Like I was like 2 days, but like I had so much stuff to do. I saw you for a little bit yesterday.
Yes.
Like I was sitting in a lot of Toronto traffic for most of it, and then today was I had to go to the passport office. Anyways, it's just not enough hours in the day. Yeah.
Just
what about you, Shanika?
running errands.
It's been pretty good. I've been trying to work on my garden. Well, I wouldn't say garden, I'd say my grass. I don't know what it is, but in my area, like everybody has weeds. They're like
No, it's everywhere.
They're everywhere.
That's true.
Like, I think it was a few days ago, we went out literally at 5 a.m. Trying to dig up all of the weeds.
When you say weeds, you're talking about the dandelions, right?
Yeah. I just don't understand.
Do you know why it's like that?
Why?
Because do you know how when they turn like white and like brown, like when you blow it, you're literally blowing all the seeds everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So imagine like it's like multiplying at that rate. Like every time
would make sense.
Wind blows the seeds, there's more growing.
Yeah, because everybody in my neighborhood has it.
That's true.
There's not one yard or lawn where there isn't any dandelions.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're everywhere for sure.
Yeah. You can actually make tea out of them. And I've made tea out of them. It's actually really good for your digestion, for blood, for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard of dandelion tea, but I guess I would be scared of the pesticides. I don't know. Like I would be.
Yeah, that's what my neighbor said. But I don't spray my yard with anything.
No, but I mean your yard could have been sprayed, right?
By who though?
Who's gonna come and spray my yard? I'm sure you weren't the first person living in your house. Like your yard could have been sprayed.
Oh, but that would have been like 5 years ago before we moved in.
No, but I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's what's growing in
the soil.
You know what I mean? Like it's just not. I don't know. You just never know.
Yeah, I never worried about it. I just like picked them and like whatever. Make the tea. It's fine. I'm sure there's pesticides in everything we eat, but yeah, I guess that's a concern, a legitimate concern. But I don't know. I never thought of it.
Yeah,
that's true. I thought you were gonna say, Shanika, that they were trying to get your grass to be green, and I was like,
well, I need to work on the dandelion part first, and then I'll worry about it being green. Actually, I'm like, there's more dandelions, and then the grass is just sparse, So I'm like, what can I do? Yeah. So at this rate, I'm like, I'm either just got to rip up all the grass, but then I don't want to put down new grass because then it's just going to turn into weeds again, right? So I want to try and rectify with what I have.
Yeah, try to work with it. And getting new grass, like new sod, I don't think it's that cheap. Like it's not, I don't know how big your lawn is, but like to rip up, I don't think it would make sense to do that if you have grass that's actually growing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah.
Fun topic.
Yeah. Other than that, my week's been going good. Except I had an appointment downtown yesterday. Maureen, I think I was telling you about this. Oh my gosh. I forgot what it's like to drive downtown. And in the GPS, it took me 2 hours to get where I was going. I was going into the Queens Queens Quay.
Like Harborfront?
Yeah, like yeah. No, you know where government is, or where government used to be?
Yeah,
It's like a big.
That's
It's a big condo building now.
I've ever been, so no, I don't know. But yeah,
really,
you've never been to government?
No,
I'm sure you have. But government.
Yes,
I've been to government buildings, but not
no, government
like
government the club, like from way back in the day.
Wow.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't. I was not a clubber.
They had like big parties like every month, first of the month or something. Like remember there was like always like a big party at like yeah.
They had
you guys are party people more than I am.
No, I didn't do too much, but I knew of them.
Yeah,
I knew of it. I've just never been there. Yeah.
Do you remember Palazzo? I remember that club Palazzo.
Oh yeah, that was in Vaughan, or was that Vaughan?
Yeah. And you would see it off of like the highway or something like that. Yeah.
The one I remember just because it was on the radio all the time was Sugar Daddies. That's the one I remember hearing about, and because they played good music on the radio when they were at Sugar Daddies, but I've never been there either.
I think I've been there once. It's actually filled with sugar daddies.
But hold on, is that the one in Pickering?
No, that one's I think in Etobicoke.
Oh,
is it not Etobicoke? Is it Etobicoke?
Yeah, in the West End.
Yeah, somewhere.
I don't know. It's all the same past young to me.
Yeah, I know, right? There's one that used to like go. It was on the radio as well. Best music ever. But when you actually go to the club was lame. I forget what it was called.
Cocktail House. Are you talking about that one? That was in Pickering?
Do you remember it was on? The music was always so good. Like if you're listening to it.
Yeah, I think that was Cocktail House in Pickering.
It was amazing. But once you get there, you're like, whoa, this club is so lame. But the music was always bumping.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I guess clubbing's not the same anymore, especially after COVID. I'm sure people still club, but I think right now I think people are into like fancy dinner places. Do you know what I mean? That turn into lounges. I think
we're just getting older, and the people you associate with are in fancy dinner places.
No, but I don't even hear about people going to clubs anymore. I really don't. I hear about like those like lounge places that you have dinner at, and then it turns into that club. That's I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know. But if you're a viewer and you know about this, please comment below. Yes. Are you still clubbing in the GTA, or are you going out to dinners? I would love to actually hear from people and know what the consensus is.
And if you do know of any really good clubs, fill us in because Maureen wants to party. So let us know.
Not interested.
Want to party. Yeah, right. Okay, I thought I heard like a phone or something.
I thought I heard that too. Like, what does that beep? I don't know. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, so you will not hear mine right now. Silent mode on.
Okay. So yeah, my phone is definitely not on Do Not Disturb, but yeah. Anyways, there was a lot of things that happened like in the media that we should probably unpack.
Get into.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys heard about what happened with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and apparently Meghan Markle's mom as well. So they were involved in, and the headline is near catastrophic car chase in New York City. Did you hear about that? Wait, you just got muted, Maureen. You're muted.
Sorry,
yeah, there you go. You were like,
but I did hear of this.
Yeah, so it apparently was involving paparazzi, about 6 SUVs, black SUVs, tinted windows, chasing them throughout the city. And the story is that the paparazzi like were like hitting cars and stuff like that just to get a picture of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They were leaving an award ceremony, and yeah, that's what happened. Apparently, they had to call NYPD, and they had to switch cars at some point. It was like a whole thing. Yeah, so people are kind of like confused. Pardon?
6 cars, you said?
6 paparazzi SUVs were following them.
Jeez.
They were so the story is that they were so scared, or Meghan Markle was so scared, they actually had to switch cars during the chase and go to their friend's house that lived in New York City.
That's insane.
Some people are, and but the thing is, some people are kind of confused. The New York mayor made a statement and said, you know, if anything like that does, or if it did happen, we're going to catch them, because New York is apparently the most surveilled city in the world. Apparently there's cameras everywhere. So if something's happening, they know. The mayor of New York also threw some shade and said, I'm not really sure how anyone can. Oh, it was apparently a 2-hour car chase as well. he was like, how could that happen in New York City when we know everything is bumper to bumper? There is so much traffic. If we think Toronto's bad, New York, I'm not sure if you guys, oh, you've been to New York before, but apparently New York City is even worse. So for someone to be on a high speed car chase for 2 hours in New York City, it does kind of sound unbelievable. So New York mayor is like, not really sure if that happened.
There's no video footage of this. I would assume that people have video.
And that's what he was saying. It's like if it happened, if it was that long, there would be video footage, there would be witnesses, people would know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're kind of just waiting for that to unfold, and whether or not I'm not saying that they're liars or whatever.
No, that sounds sketch. If you're saying that 2-hour car chase with a very high profile person, 6 paparazzi vehicles, and not a single person has any evidence of this.
Yeah, but also in New York City where there's a lot of traffic, right? So that's the whole point. It's like, where are you going on a high speed car chase? There's a car in front of you at all times.
High speed.
I just don't understand.
The term high speed.
What were you saying, Shanika? Sorry.
No, I was just saying I don't get it, because aren't all of their windows tinted? Like, what are you getting a photo of?
So that's what confused me too. I was like, so they knew, obviously they knew.
Why not just wait till they get where they're going and then take the photo?
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm not sure. I can't. I'm sure they were in a vehicle that had tinted windows as well. So how would you have gone the picture?
Yeah. Well, like, if I was a paparazzi, I would not waste my time. I would just wait till they got to their destination and then take the photo.
Yeah, but paparazzi, they're crazy. Maybe, they will wait for anything. They're going to follow that car around, and they probably have those like high-tech cameras that are like, I can see through. They probably do actually. I can see through those tinted windows. I don't even think the tinted windows are even a thing. Like, I don't think it matters. Oh. But so it sounds like they were being harassed, but then there's also some people do believe that they're kind of exaggerating.
Who came out with this claim? Was it Meghan Markle herself?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. So I remember they called the police, right? The police apparently were involved. So it's going to be out there.
So I feel like something happened.
No arrests, no injuries.
Something happened, but I don't think it might not be paparazzi, or it might not be the way that she described it. Like, it might be something.
I think it was paparazzi, but obviously not the way that she described it. Come on, how could it be? But the whole point is that I think the idea is that they're actually trying to draw a parallel to what happened to Princess Diana. I'm not sure if do you remember what happened? She was chased by paparazzi. And because of it, they lost control of the car and she died. So I think people are like, whoa, what's going on? Was this like a setup? Were they trying to get rid of Meghan Markle? Like that was the whole idea. Like, that's why it's so, oh my gosh. Even when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, can they not be a little bit more original? Like, I mean, I'm sorry for saying
kind of copy.
I know, like, what do you mean? Why? I mean, yeah. So. But yeah, I think that's the whole idea around it. So I guess we'll have to wait and find out what's true, what's not. We'll probably see some camera footage again because it was in New York City. So
I don't know. I feel like that's not getting a lot of press or news. Like, I don't really see it that much in. Really?
It was. Okay, yeah, it just happened. Yeah, it will. I mean, it did for a couple of days. Maybe they got quiet. Yeah. So yeah, we'll wait to see what happens.
That's what I think. You see,
another thing that happened this week was what happened? Oh, sorry. Did the camera just shut off?
You're good. Yeah, it froze, but we're back.
Okay, I was like, wait. Gabrielle, I don't even have the article in front of me, but Gabrielle Union, it was in an interview, and I forget who it was with, but she basically said, it was some type of interview, and she mentioned that she carries the burden of having to, because she supports her family, right? And then she also supports like her extended family as well. And in her household, and her husband being Dwayne Wade, they split the cost of everything 50-50, which is not really a problem. But if you actually look at their income, the income that they both make, there's a drastic difference. I think I think you actually looked it up, Maureen, right? So
Yes.
Gabrielle Union makes, what was, do you remember those numbers that you had mentioned? I
No.
think Gabrielle's net worth is, I don't know, Dwayne
They're all
Wade,
in, they're both in the millions, but it's like 170 million versus like
40
50
million.
million or something like that. Yeah. Something in that ballpark. It was like a really, like he's making
Wait, is
like
that
triple.
her net worth, or is that what she makes in a year?
Sorry,
Net
net
worth.
worth. Yeah. So
Right.
40 million for her,
Right.
and possibly about 170. Like
Yeah.
for,
Well, I mean, I can
Dwayne.
see her point. If her net worth is 40 million, like imagine like how much they have to pay for their house, how much they have to pay for all of the expenses. Because she was
No,
saying that she feels like she can't.
No. So she wasn't even complaining. She was just talking about the burden that she just carried, because Dwayne Wade pays, I'm sure he helps his family too. Right.
Oh,
The
I thought
whole
that she
idea
was
was that she
saying.
was just saying, like, she's like, if she doesn't like make her money, she just ended up just saying the fact that she splits everything 50-50. And people are like, wait, what? 50-50? Like you guys, the money, your income is different. So why would you split it 50-50? Since he makes more money, wouldn't it be like 75-25,
Yeah.
right? Would that be a
No,
more,
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I think she would feel a little bit burdened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that's his net worth and her net worth is only 40 million or 50 million,
Yeah.
their expenses are probably really expensive.
Yeah. And I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
I think what I thought when I heard her was like, I want to be sympathetic because I think we all know what it feels like to have like financial burden, right? But it's kind of, it's a little bit hard to feel sorry for them. And I don't think she was trying to make us feel sorry for her. I don't think that was
I don't think so either.
what she was trying to do. But it was a little bit hard to feel sorry for her because they are both making, they're like in the top of the 1% of people, like in terms of finance, right? So like it's not like an average person's salary or an average person's financial struggle. And I also wanted to ask you guys, how do you even feel about her supporting her extended family? Like, how would you feel about that? Would you actually be cool and down to support all? And I don't even know what extended family, like who she's supporting, so I can't speculate, but like I assume that this is like her siblings, her parents, maybe even nephews, nieces, cousins, aunties, uncles, even with that kind of money, right? I would assume everybody's hitting you up for money because I know like I can imagine that most people think, okay, you got money, you can afford this, you can afford to do this for us, right? So as much as I thought, like, I don't understand why they split everything 50-50. First of all, they're married. They're not like dating. They're married. So no matter what, everything is going to be split 50-50 among them if they divorce, right? But for the
I'm sure
purposes
they have a
of
prenup. I'm sure they have some type of prenup and agreement. So it probably wouldn't be 50-50 if they divorce.
maybe it wouldn't be 50-50 from the prenup time, but the way that it works, Tiana, is the prenup only affects what you come in with, not what you build in the marriage. So like they've been together for years now. So whatever they've built up during those years, they would split 50-50.
But can I say that, does it not depend on the type of prenup that you have? Could it not be like, okay, if through this business, this is what I will take regardless? Like, couldn't it just, I think, doesn't it depend on the actual
Possibly.
agreement, not
It's
necessarily what
possible.
they build together, right?
It's
So
possible, but I'm not sure exactly, but I think I'd have to ask my husband. He would have
it
a
has to be
better.
based on the agreement. Like, there's more to it. It can't be, because he could, like, for example, just say he was still playing ball, which he was when they got married. He could be making more money. It doesn't necessarily mean that she would be the one to split it 50-50, just because, you know what I mean? There has
Yeah.
to be some type of agreement in the prenup.
Yes. However, technically, I think my understanding of the way things work is that um, if they were to divorce, what they built together when they were a couple, that is split 50-50. So for example, let me just give you an example. Let's say she and him got married and then he got whatever. I don't know. I'd have to ask my husband because I could be wrong about this. But let's say he gets endorsements while they're married, or he starts a business while they're married, or whatever it is while they're married, and she also whatever while they're married, or they buy a house together or whatever it is, okay, all of that, she could argue that half of that is hers because she was there as they built it. Like they built it together. Like maybe her being able to do things supported him being able to do all that other stuff. Like I don't know how to phrase it properly.
No, I understand what you're saying. I agree. As long as there was no clause in the actual prenup to say. So I'll give you an example of, you know who Candy Burris is? You know,
Yes.
yeah, and her husband Todd. When they were talking about it, there's some type of agreement where, because she's always starting businesses. She's always doing her own thing. That's actually her business. Like that's what she has. It doesn't mean like if they split up, it means that he takes half of it because they started. There was an agreement that if I write a song, it doesn't mean that it belongs to you as well. So that's what I'm saying. It's based off whatever they agreed upon in the original prenup. It could be that he's getting his endorsements, but that actually goes to him. Do you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what was actually in the agreement.
I don't know what their deal is. I'm just telling you, like the average person, the standard from what my husband tells me, this is how it works. Whatever they come in with, that's what they leave with.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
But I think, like, what do you guys think about her supporting her extended family and people who are really, really wealthy supporting their extended family?
I think it's appropriate.
Would you, if you had like a cousin or an auntie or somebody in your family, a sister or brother who became a celebrity, would you ask them for stuff?
No.
Me neither. I wouldn't ask them for anything.
And I wouldn't expect anything either.
If you had a cousin,
say that like, again, let's say my sister became a movie star tomorrow and she's now
that's different though. If my sister became a movie star,
you'd ask her for stuff?
I wouldn't ask her, but like, you know, I think she would extend it to me. I don't think I would ask her, but yeah, I think sister, brother, I think that relationship is a little bit different. But in terms of like extended, yeah, I think that needs to be defined. Yeah.
Yeah. What is extended family? Because I don't know what qualifies.
Maybe your cousin or something like that, or
your cousin. So your parents and your siblings uncle. Are not extended, right?
No, sorry. I'm gonna say extended family. Anyone other than your immediate family, which you're like.
That's what I'm saying. Kids. Like other than your husband,
everyone else is extended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then your sister is technically extended. Your mom is extended.
It's not your immediate family. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Now, once you get married. Before that, no.
Okay, I see.
But once you're married, those now become your extended
family.
So like if my sister, for example, became a movie star, I and even if she's making like $10 million a year, the only thing I might come to her with is like a business idea, but I wouldn't be like, hey, can you buy me a house? Like, can you buy me a car?
Yeah, but she would naturally give you some of it. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's different.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have the like guts to like ask.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. No, some people are pretty bold. Like think about if you had family in like I have family, like my parents are from Ghana, so I have family in West Africa, right? They'll a lot of times people, it may not be that, how do I say it? Like it may not be, it's not really a terrible thing, especially even in my culture. It's not really like a terrible thing to be like, oh, you know what? We need support with this and that. So people definitely ask, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, I know people who ask, and I don't mind that they ask, I guess, as long as it's not too audacious, but I don't think I would ask.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. But do you think that it would be, I guess this is something you have to discuss with your husband, but like, you think it would be okay for, even if they didn't ask, would you support somebody else? Your extended family? Like, would you support your sister?
Yeah, if I could, yeah.
Yeah, and then it would have to be agreed upon with your husband, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I don't think I'd support them forever. Like I would help them help themselves, right, or something like that. And
like a little push.
Yeah. Give them a loan for
a restaurant and employ them or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I would give them a loan for a business, for them to start a business. Something like that, I'm not opposed to. But just giving them money every month, no, I can't do that. Or like those kind of things, I don't think that they're first of all, you can't sustain them. And then everyone who's going to be like, well, you're giving to them, and why aren't you giving to this person? Why aren't you giving to that? Why aren't you so I can't financially be the bank for everyone. But if somebody asks me for a loan for a business and they come to me and they're like, this is what I want to do, then I would support that. You know, if they're actually organized and serious, I would do that. Or if they're in a really, really tough financial situation and I can help them get out of that, I would do that. But to sustain them monthly, no, I'm not. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, people fall on hard times. And if I can help, I'll help. But only as much as I can help.
Yeah, not forever.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I can't help myself. Like I'm struggling to help you and then I'm struggling. Like that doesn't make sense.
Makes sense, yeah. What do you think, T?
Oh no, I agree. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. But I think, to be honest with you, so just going like to Kris Jenner, like her being a momager, I think that if you are someone that is very affluent, you're like a celebrity or whatever it is, I think it would be good for you to bring your family along, like whatever way you can. So, support them financially, but also put them on. Did you just what just happened? But also put them on like the business. Like it's kind of like teach a man to fish, right? What's that saying?
Yeah.
Like what's the saying? It was like you want to teach them to fish, not necessarily give. What's the saying?
Right.
Well,
give them the
teach
tools.
a man to fish. Yeah. No, give a man a fish and he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing. And like again, if you can employ them, like there's some football players that are coming out like and their moms are their managers. So you're actually like, instead of paying somebody else, you put your mom on it. So she's actually an employee of you and she's getting paid as well. I think
and you can deduct her on your taxes.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That's perfect. So I think that's the right way to go about doing it.
Yeah.
But I definitely think you should support your family and put them on just like the Kardashians did.
And for sure. I like that.
Family on. That's what you got to do.
You all come
I think that's different though than supporting them with money directly.
Yeah, but exactly. Not necessarily doing that, or maybe support them in a way because you have to support them. But
I know, but giving them roles,
something like you're giving them something to do. It's not just like they're sitting at home and you're giving them money.
Yeah,
I agree with that. And on that note, why don't you tell us about the lady who said she wasn't not going to date a bus driver or something? Because I saw that, but I didn't see. I don't know. The video wasn't clear to me. What she didn't say it in the video. So
So this kind of happened a couple of weeks ago, but Ebony K. Williams, I believe that she is a lawyer, but she was also a housewife of New York, and she's pretty well known. She was on. Do you know who Ayanna is?
Iyanla. Iyanla. Iyanla, the Oprah lady.
She helps
Is that how you
women.
pronounce her name?
Yes.
Is that how you?
Iyanla. Yeah.
So, anyways, she was talking. She was talking to her, and she asked if Ebony K. Williams would ever date a bus driver, and Ebony K. Williams said if he owned the company or if he owned the bus, right? So basically, her answer is no. She would never date a bus driver. A lot of people were kind of offended by that, saying like, so she does do well for herself and everything, but she obviously doesn't feel like she can date someone who makes less money than her or doesn't have the same status as her. So I guess the question is, and we need to bring in the jury too for this one. Was her comment offensive? Like the fact that she spoke her mind and spoke her truth, that she would never date a bus driver, or if she would date a bus driver, he would have to own the bus driver, like the actual company, or own the bus, right? So like, how do we feel about that? What are your thoughts? And we need the jury to round up.
Okay, first of all. Okay. This is juicy. Okay, I'm going to let Sean go first.
Okay. I think I need to know why she wouldn't want to date the bus driver. Is it just because of a money thing? Like, is that her only reason? It's because he's making less money than her?
I'm pretty sure it's about the status and the income,
Right.
and you know, there was another clip that came out basically saying that people, uh, it was essentially that people are not ambitious enough.
But like, I feel like, what if that was his dream to be a bus driver? Maybe he's a people person. Like, maybe he's really good at his job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even when you are with somebody, you're combining your income, so you're going to have more anyways. I don't know. That's how I look at it. I don't see it as like he's making less and then like either way his income is going to up the income together that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I think
and also I think it's a little what's the word?
Pretentious.
Yeah, not even that, but like, are you really not going to get with someone because of their job? What if they're a great person? And then you're just going to completely bypass their job? Or maybe he's working his way up towards something else. Maybe this is like something that he's doing in the meantime. Like, you never really know. Yeah.
I guess yeah, we would probably need more details, more context to that. But so how do you pronounce her name? Because I've been saying Ilana or Ayana.
Iyanla, I believe is how you say it.
Yeah.
Iyanla.
Okay. Well, either way, she had mentioned that she would date a bus driver, especially if he loved his job and he was a man of integrity, and if he was good to his mom, if he treated her well, she would definitely date a bus driver. And then, of course, like I said, Ebony K. Williams kind of had a response saying that, like, yeah, you know, the issue is that they're a bus driver may not be as ambitious as she would want her partner to be. And that's the problem. And then she made another comment that I actually don't have the details of, but it was something along the lines of parents not pushing their kids enough and just being okay with subpar or just being okay with whatever kind of grades. And
I feel like now she's pushing her expectations on.
Oh yeah, no, but that's who she is, and she's actually, I actually really like her, but yeah, she was kind of really being,
I just feel like she's pushing her expectations. Like, how can you? I don't know. I just don't understand how you can push your expectations on other people like that. Like, how are you going to find somebody? How are you going to get to know people if you're just going by face value?
Yeah. So Shanika, actually Maureen, so you speak on it. Go ahead.
I kind of see both sides. Like, on the one hand, I understand the argument that like she wants somebody who's motivated and driven. And she wants someone who has the same kind of mindset as her. I think, like, in general, people should get with people who are on the same path as them, because if you're not on the same path as your partner, you're going to go two different directions. It's not going to work. So I think, like you guys said already, a lot of this stuff. So if this person's dream is to be a bus driver and that's what he's really good at, that's like his calling, and then fine. Most people I know that are bus drivers are not doing it their entire lives. So like, most people, they do it part-time, or they just do it for a few years or something like that. So it's not generally like a career that sustains people long time. However, like you guys said, if it's a stepping stone, or he's just not hustler, but like he's like hustling and like working two jobs and trying to build something, or saving up money to start a business or to buy a house or to whatever, that kind of integrity, that's really important. And that says a lot about somebody's character. So I think it really has to do with if their characters align and if their ambitions and their paths align. But I do think that her comments do come off as pretentious and as a little bit snobby and stuff like that. I could see how they can be read that way, but I'm not sure if I agree or disagree with her 100%, because it just does really depend on the circumstance and the actual people and what they're like and what her intentions are, what his intentions are. Also, like, what if she's dating someone much younger than her? Because, you know, a lot of women, older women who are very well established, sometimes they do that. So if she's dating a guy who's in his 30s or 20s, I don't know how old she is, then he might not have a CEO level position, right? Not yet, at least. So I think, yeah, it's really about the personality and their drive and their paths and all that. If that all matches up, I think that's the main point.
I think too, the fact that they used bus driver, I think there's already like a negative connotation with bus driver. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It was almost as if they were choosing a job that had a lower, yeah. So,
yeah, lower salary.
So, right. Or like a status, lower status, or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
So,
so what do we think?
Yeah, yes or no? Yes or no? Like we gotta you gotta choose a side. Would you date a bus driver, Shanika?
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I would. If the personality is right, yes, I would. Yeah. 3 horns up or 3 honks up, I would date.
We need the sound.
I don't have the honking of the horn. I know. I should have got it ready. Yeah. And you, Tiana? I was like,
so to be honest with you, I think it would just kind of depend. And I honestly, I think it depends on, for me, it would depend on my stage in life. Like, of course, be younger. No one's really thinking about your job because you're going to grow together regardless. Like, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Like if I was in my 40s or 50s, it just depends on where I would be too, right? Because sometimes it doesn't matter. It's all about love. So it's like I don't even care what you do anymore. Like we're gonna make this work. But I know there'd probably be a stage in my life where I'm like, nah, like your credit score has to be great. Like, you know what I mean? You have to have like a really like good job, and that's just me. Like, valuing myself too. And I'm not saying that being a bus driver is a lower value. It's not like that. It's just that it depends on kind of like, like what the next step is. So like I said, it just would determine what stage of life I was at and what I was okay with. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being a bus driver.
So mostly yes is your answer, and depending on where you are. Or mostly no.
Mostly yes.
Okay. Verdict is in. Okay, speaking of this, there's like another related topic that flows into it. There was a gentleman on another podcast, and he was talking about if he were to marry a woman who has children, he expects that once they're married, those children must call him dad, and that calling him by his name or anything else is rude and disrespectful. And his argument was, we teach children to call strangers sir and ma'am, and like it's as a level of respect, but you're calling the person who's taking care of your children by their first name. And like maybe that's seen as like rude, right? As opposed to like he's saying basically he has all these responsibilities, he should have the title to go with it. That's what he's saying.
I think it's a little bit selfish.
We adopt the kids?
Well, the assumption is that he is now taking care of them. He's now the father figure because he married the mom.
Did he adopt them? Like did he like
officially on paper?
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about that because I think he probably thinks he's the one paying the bills for or like taking care of the kids. Like he's the father figure day in and day out.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a little selfish.
Why? Please elaborate.
Because I think especially if you're going to establish a relationship with kids, you need to let the child be comfortable enough to call you mom or to call you dad. Like it's not an overnight thing. Like you can't just expect the child to start calling you dad or start calling you mom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And especially if this is an older child. Like imagine these are teenagers or something like that. Like that takes time.
Or if they have their dad still in their life.
Exactly.
That makes it more complicated.
What?
Like if I have my dad in my life and I see him every other weekend or whatever, I'm not going to call you dad. You're not my dad. You know
right.
what I mean? Yeah. I can call you sir if you really want, but not dad.
Yeah.
Not my dad. That would be weird.
I,
You know?
Yeah.
I think that for a lot of people, it's hard to call somebody who is not their mother or father mom and dad. Like it's not, it doesn't come that easy because those words are so, like, they're, it's so,
Heavy.
yeah, it's so real that you can't just be like, mom, like dad. It's like, no, like, because you still have, you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard to do that. So for him to expect those children to call him dad, that kind of seemed, I don't know, that's kind of rude of him. And kind of I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
narcissistic, but it's very like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's just something kind of strange that he would expect that. What I would expect, what I think is appropriate, another respectful way is that they can call him, he probably wouldn't like this, but not that I know him, but like uncle, right? I think aunt or uncle is also a respectful
I don't like that.
term.
No, I don't like that
Especially
either.
if it's
That's
not
just
especially if it's
confusing.
Mom or
not your
dad,
aunt or your uncle.
is it,
No, that's just
but it's
weird.
either that
Yeah,
or
that's
Jim.
weird.
Jim, you want them calling him Jim? That's rude.
No, but uncle is dating my mom. That's
Yeah.
weird. No,
Yeah.
is married to my mom.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
gonna
Wait. Okay, sorry. Yes. But it's either dad, Jim, or what are the other options, sir?
or
Sir.
when they or when they establish a relationship, maybe they build a connection and they have, I don't know, they have special names for each other, and that's what they
That
call
would be
each
better,
other.
I guess, like
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
But it's
something
not
like
it's
that.
not something that should be forced or like,
Yeah,
mandated.
I agree. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a situation where the man marries the woman when the child is a baby and there's no
That's
other
different.
father
Yeah.
present and he's raising the baby
Right.
as dad, then that might come naturally, right?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, cool. I feel
Yeah.
like we have spoken on this issue too.
Yes.
And I
Same.
say the jury says no
No.
calling the stepfather dad by force.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I came across this video on TikTok, and it was there's this gentleman. His name is Ed Milet. He is like a success financial coach guy, and I guess he has a podcast himself. And he's pretty great. Like I've heard him, I've seen him and heard him talk. But on this particular podcast, he had like this doctor or something, researcher, scientist. I don't even know. I need to get his name, but he basically was talking to this guy, and he was asking him, what are you doing that excites you? And the guy is like, oh, that's easy. We've basically come up with a way to reset aging. So they've discovered these like proteins or genes or something that resets your age, not just slows it down, like completely reverses and makes you go back to how you were before. And he said they tried this on mice on an eyeball that was like deteriorating, and they were able to bring their eyeball back to like normal. They said it's really easy to do with skin. And they like he was saying this incredible stuff, like basically in the next 20 to 50 years, because they've already figured out how to do this. It's now
everyone's going to be 5 years old.
Yeah, now they're just trying to figure out. Now they're just testing, I think, on animals, and then eventually they're going to have to do it on humans. So they've already figured out the how this works. But he was saying like this is mind blowing stuff. Theoretically, they could clone your body parts in a lab and test medication on it to see how it'll react, and they can reverse like let's say you have dementia and Alzheimer's, they can reverse this and make your brain go back like 20 years younger, make your skin go back younger, your eyesight go back younger, your literally they're testing this on every single organism in the lab. And they're able to make all these organisms go back, reset their age. And the implications of that is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, I think it's like when you're talking about regenerating eyesight, dementia, Alzheimer's, like illnesses or things that we're still looking for cures for, I think that's great. But when it starts getting into the whole vanity of everything, then that's when society is just going to lose its mind.
Yeah, but I kind of like it because because like I am a mom and I have some like loose skin around my belly. I'm going to be really real. Okay, I had 2 kids and my kids were really huge. Okay. So, if there was a way that I could reverse that and have like skin that I had when I was before I had children, I would do it. I feel
Fair
like
enough.
most people would do those things because right now you have to go in for surgery for that. If
Right.
there was some other way to do it, I think most people would jump on the bandwagon. Like,
Right.
I know vanity seems like a fickle thing, like to use these incredible advances in technology, but I think it's inevitable that people are going to automatically think of vanity ways of using it, just like Ozempic. Ozempic is being used for weight loss right now.
Right. But I didn't mean like when I said vanity, I mean like it's going to be like the new Botox. Like I don't mean like if you want to do something for yourself and like, I guess maybe I didn't explain that properly, but do you understand what I'm saying? I think it's going to come to a point where it's just like you're just going to go to the doctor and like you can just get an injection or whatever it is that they're doing to be able to make you look young again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how terrible that would be, but to me, like the big picture is like technology or science is really like
Evolving.
It's kind of scary how like it's evolving, which is good, but also kind of scary.
Very
at the same
scary
time.
at the
Like
same
how
time.
far back can they really go? Like it's kind of it's amazing. And even just like you were talking about the loose skin, like there's other things that people have been using that are not they're non-surgical, but like this thing that's happening now, I mean that's a whole nother ball game, to be honest with you. And it's kind of
like, imagine it does become like you can just go to the doctor or you can just go and get like a skin regeneration or something and you walk out looking like 20 years younger.
That's awesome.
There's going to be like 60-year-olds walking around like they're 20-year-olds.
There was a music video I remember in the 1990s by this rock band. It's not coming to me right now, but their video was literally that. This girl would go in and she kept getting younger and younger until she looked like a lizard. Like her skin kept getting tighter and she's like, oh, this is, and then she was like really young and tight and she's like, no, I want more. And then she did it again and she looked like a lizard.
Yeah, people don't know when to stop. People
I think
don't know when to stop.
Yeah,
it will become addictive. But you know, the whole people have definitely stopped the aging process in general. Like what's that?
I don't think so, to be honest.
No. Who is there was it's a celebrity. I forget her name. Oh my gosh. I could see her.
Cher?
No, she has blonde hair. Maybe she I think she was the one who was Snoop Dogg. I forget her name.
Martha Stewart?
Martha Stewart. I think she was in Sports Illustrated or something.
She's on the cover.
But she's like 80 something.
Yeah. Look at Cher. Nobody beats Cher to me.
Yeah.
Okay? Cher is also like 80 and she looks like she looks younger than me. She looks like she's 20 or 30.
Yeah. So people are already kind of like doing this, like, you know, like doing these procedures that make them look like 20 or 30 years younger. And it's amazing.
But does it really?
Yes. Look at that Martha Stewart cover. Like it's amazing.
No, but that's Photoshop. I don't really.
Yeah.
I feel like
man. She looks good. She does look good.
Yeah, I'm sure she does look good.
Think of like so put it this way. Even if you look at like movies and stuff like that, people years ago, how they looked when they were like 85 compared to, or like 80 or 70, how they looked years ago. And then now look at a 70-year-old. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but I also think that
you could just
health
tell
and wellness has like taken off in this last decade, I think, which I think has a lot to do with how you age.
Yeah. Did you know the show The Golden Girls?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you know how old those ladies were supposed to be on the show?
Yeah, that's the point. Yes. They were.
That's how old they're supposed to be.
No, I did actually see something. There was like a meme or something that is like, this is what 45 look like. This is what 50 look like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they look.
I think they're all in their. I think they're all supposed to be in their 50s. Oh,
but they look old, right?
So Rose is between 50 and 60. They're all 50. Yeah, in their 50s. They're supposed to be in their 50s. The ladies with the white hair in their golden years, 50s.
Yep.
That to me was shocking. That's like That's not far
look at a
from
50-year-old right now.
Yeah.
Even Father of the Bride. Do you remember that movie, Father of the Bride?
Yes.
Do you remember that couple? Like, so the parents, they were supposed to be in like their early 40s. What?
Yeah.
Like, look how they actually looked older. They were supposed to be in their early 40s.
Well, even the musical Grease, somebody posted like a meme saying these are supposed to be teenagers. And it's true. The teenagers all look like they're 30 years old. They all look so old.
Yep. Yeah. So times are changing. You can't even guess people's age anymore, right? So it's a little different.
I think I personally I don't want to feel unattractive, but I don't want to be afraid of aging. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It's a blessing to be able to say you've lived this long, you know?
Yeah. I think that when people try to suppress their age, maybe there's some, exactly. It's more about like that vanity and feeling like and looking attractive and sort of keeping up with other people as well. But aging is a beautiful thing, and it is a blessing to be able to grow older. And it also signifies to me, not necessarily, but it's wisdom, right? So people kind of want to stop the aging process, but aging used to be a thing that was admired, right? Think about, like, in some villages, the oldest person is the most like valued
revered
person. Yeah, right. But we're like, no, we don't want to be that person anymore. We want to be young and vibrant or whatever, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I think like technology and healthcare has been jumping leaps and bounds, and it keeps going faster. And it's going to be insane when my children are now of age, what is going to be going on in the world.
Yeah.
I don't think we're ready for it. I don't even think we can imagine, because AI and all this technology is going to change everything
for the next generation.
Like more than what I think we were ready for. And the fact that all these AI tech people are saying, hey guys, stop making AI, slow down, stop it. This is going to destroy humanity. And it's still going. I mean, that scares me. That should scare all of us, you know?
It is scary.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. And I'm going to be sitting here with my podcast, with my popcorn, with my popcorn and my juice.
Podcast and your popcorn. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, I was at the mall the other day, and I always go to Colonel's when I'm in the mall to get my butter salt popcorn. I go to pay, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The machine is down." I'm like, what? I'm like, I'll just wait. I'm like, I'm sure if you reconnect, it'll be fine. She reconnected. I tapped my card. She's like, I'm sorry, it's down. So I had to leave without my popcorn.
Girl, she should have given them popcorn.
I thought you were going to say she gave it to you for free.
No. She's like, I can't put your transaction through at the moment. So I saw her put those 2 bags down, and I walked away. Yeah.
Which store was that? What mall were you in?
Colonel's popcorn.
What mall was it?
What mall?
Scarborough Town Center.
Scarborough Town Center.
You need to write Colonel's.
Colonel's at Scarborough Town Center. You did Sean dirty.
I know.
Honestly, we're waiting for our free popcorn.
You need to write them, Shanika. You need to write them. You really do.
You need to write them a terse letter, Shanika.
No, head office. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
They should have given you the popcorn. I'm serious. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I don't do that enough, and people do that. People do that all the time, and like me, I'm like, oh, like, I barely return things. Like, it's like I don't use, like, I don't know if you guys do like the price matching at grocery stores. Never. I don't do that.
My mom is notorious for that. If I take my mom grocery shopping, we got to go to the grocery store across the street because the bananas are like 20 cents cheaper. It's nuts. I keep telling her, I was like, and she doesn't drive, so she doesn't get it. So it's like we're the one circling all the grocery stores to help her save money.
Yeah,
No, but those
I'm
people are
not
winning
that
though. They are
person.
so
I
winning.
wish I was. My cousin is a lot more savvy with financial
Yes.
things that way than I
Yeah.
am. I go to her and she's like, "Oh, this place has this on sale, and you should get this for this, and you should buy this." And then like she's very like in the know with that, and I'm
Yeah,
just
and
like
I
floating
appreciate it.
along.
I think
Yeah,
those
it's
people
kind
are
of
winning.
stressful though.
Hmm?
I said I find it kind of stressful.
Stressful and annoying for other people when you're trying to get your coupons together and you're in line. People are like, "Yo, just pay, just pay, get out of here," and you're just like, "Wait, wait."
Oh
But you're
my
winning
gosh.
though.
You just reminded me. I was at the McDonald's drive-through the other day and somebody was honking at me. I don't know why. Okay. I came up to the window to order and the lady's like honking. I'm like, I'm just ignoring her, completely ignoring
She was
her, ordering my
hangry. She was
food.
hangry. That's why, yeah.
And she literally opened her door and got out of the car. She was going to come talk to me. Yeah, she was going to. And I don't know what happened. And she got back in the car. And the order took a little bit of time, but lady, just chill out, okay? Like it happens. Like I don't do that. I don't honk at people when they're ordering food. That's rude.
So she got angry because you were taking too long?
She honked the minute I stopped to order. I don't know why. I don't know what her issue was. She's just a crazy person, I think. Literally, I just stopped, like I stopped to order. And you know, there's always two speakers. So I stopped at the second one because the first one, you never
maybe she thought
the second one is empty.
Oh, because I was gonna say when I get to those two speaker things and I get there first, I'm always looking at the other car like, are they gonna go ahead of me? Are they not gonna go?
No.
Maybe she thought you cut her.
No, it was one lane.
Oh, one lane.
I got in first, but then there's two speakers. There's one and then two up ahead.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I always, if there's nobody at the second one, you're supposed, I think etiquette dictates that you go to the second one because then you're not holding up two speakers, right? You're holding going to yours. So I went to the second one. The minute I got there, she starts honking the horn at me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I just order my food. And then I literally see this lady open her car door and come out, look at me. And I just ignored her and I'm ordering my food and she goes back in her car and gets all huffy. And then she honks again. And I'm just ignoring her this whole time. But I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, okay, crazy lady, like it's enough.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I don't know. I feel like people have lost their minds. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm one of them, but I feel like people have lost their minds. And that was just a strange experience.
And
so people,
you know what?
Etiquette, please, in Toronto, can we just be patient and kind to one another? Please. Thank you. Go ahead. Public service announcement. Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say that I'm glad that she got back in her car, and I'm glad, like, you know, because anything could happen when people are angry about certain things. Like, it's kind of scary, right? And people are just, who knows? She could have been really hungry, or she needed coffee, right? So no,
really
people do crazy
her
things.
McDonald's.
So it's kind of scary to even think that she would get out of her car. Like, there's like road rage and stuff like that, and so be careful out there.
I don't know. I never use my horn. Like, even if someone cuts me off in traffic, I'll just like, whatever, do you.
I'll just be like, what the hell, buddy? But I won't actually honk.
Yeah. I'm just like, go on.
Rare. Yeah. I don't say never, but rarely.
Yeah, I don't use my horn either, but my dad taught me that. He's like, no, because he doesn't like conflict, right? He doesn't like confrontation. So
Oof, my husband.
Not even that, but I'm not gonna like, I don't know. I feel like honking your horn is so aggressive. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, choose your battles, you know?
Yeah.
I will honk though if somebody is like at the light and the light turned green and they're just like,
no.
But I'll do like a tap, like a like, you know, not like a
the only time I'll do that is if I'm like, okay, they actually don't realize that they have the green arrow, and then I'll like give it a little tap.
Yeah, because sometimes they have to be reminded. It's like, listen, you have the turning arrow, and it's only there for like a couple of seconds. So it's like, no, you gotta go now.
And sometimes I don't, and sometimes I miss the light because of that. Or like I've seen other people, they just stay quiet, like you know, There's got to be a balance. Like, you can't be rude, but you also gotta like speak up a little bit. You can't be too complacent. Neither one of those works well. Yeah,
that's true.
So on that note, guys, I think we're going to wrap up today's episode. And I just want to thank everybody out there for tuning in to this episode. And I want to make sure that if you guys have questions, comments, anything you want us to comment on, please email us. There is our email address, the Juice and Jury
DM
podcast.
us on Instagram. I'm not sure.
And Instagram, and we will hopefully have
Facebook,
a Facebook page
everything.
up as well. You can comment in our YouTube here where you're watching us down below. We want to hear from you, so please email us and contact us. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to like it and share if you found it interesting. And thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. And
have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Yes, the long
have
weekend.
A great weekend. Oh, that's right.
Enjoy.
Well, by now it's probably the long weekend has passed. But have a great weekend and a great week, anyways, guys. Bye.
Bye.